I call this meeting of January 28th, 2022 to order. I will delegate to Carl Schreck the authority to conduct this procedure. It's all yours, Carl.
Okay, thanks, Chuck, and good morning, everybody. I think maybe it would be a good idea if we had a roll call of who's present. So Mark, can you read the names of everybody? I can't see it all very clearly. Just so everybody is on board with how many people we have. And I know that we have more than a quorum. We need 6 for a quorum.
Sure, I can do that, Carl. And maybe the thing to do, I can work down through our list of all board members, and then we'll just have a record of who's here and who isn't.
Yep, that was my idea.
Yes, so folks could just say present or morning, starting at the top of the list. Mr. Lindsay Ball. Lindsay, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay, thank you. Scott Starkey.
Here.
Morning, Scott. Tom Melkar.
Yeah, I'm here.
Thanks, Tom. Jack Smith. Okay, so I think we're missing Jack. He's out floating the river, I understand. Ted Simon. We're missing Ted this morning. Steve Jacobs.
Here.
Morning, Steve.
Morning.
Travis Mackey. Okay, so we're missing Travis. Dwight Collins. So Dwight. Derek Wall. I see you here.
I am here.
Okay, thank you. Chuck, we've heard from you already this morning. Good to have you. Lance Kruzik.
Yes.
Yep, Lance is here as also.
Thanks, Lance. And good to see you. Carl Schreck is with us.
Sure.
And lastly, Sean Clemens.
Hey, Mark.
Morning. I see a message from Travis Mackey saying Travis is present, but his audio,
Get on the call.
his audio is not working.
Okay.
Okay.
So what I tally then, Mark, is that we have 7 voting members present. Is that correct?
You're counting 7 voting members?
Is that correct? That are present?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I just got a message from Ted. He's trying to call in.
I believe you're correct, Carl. I want to be sure though. Does everyone, does anyone disagree with that? That we have 7 voting members
And
present?
if somebody's trying to call in, that would make it 8.
And I believe Travis Mackey is trying to call in. We're seeing
There's Ted.
in the chat.
Can you let us know when he's in, Mark?
I see another caller joined. Is that you, Travis?
No, this is Dwight Collins.
Okay, thanks for joining us, Dwight.
That would make
bet.
9.
So that would make 9 if we have Travis join us, yes.
So the only person we're missing is Jack.
Correct.
Hello, this is
Travis.
Travis.
So everybody's on board. Can everybody hear me? This is Carl.
Yep.
Please say if you can't. Great. First of all, I want to mention that I am not a parliamentarian. I've led a bunch of meetings, but I'm not a parliamentarian. And also some of the issues that this particular motion that we're discussing experienced is something that's also very new to me. And Mark and I have done a ton of homework trying to figure out procedures that we need to make sure that everything is done, above board and so forth. So first of all, what I'd like to mention is that technically what we did last time was not a tabling of the motion to elect Scott Starkey, but rather a postponement. And what the difference is that a tabling does not need to be untabled. In other words, it's a motion to put something on a table, and then it requires a separate action to get it off the table. A postponement is something that has a time associated with it. Like in our case, what we were doing becomes active again at the time of the next meeting. That's what was stipulated. So this is the next meeting. And so no action needs to be required because the motion that we were considering back then is automatically now active, and we need to finish up on that motion. And by the way, it's all our responsibility to make sure that we're following correct procedures. So if you sense something's incorrect, please holler and let's get this straightened out. So we had a motion, we had a second, a vote was started, and then there was discussion. So you have to also allow for discussion. And I think we've had discussion, but if somebody else has something relevant to say about this, now is the time to speak up. So
This is Tom Alkire. Carl, so do we have a motion on the table? No,
we have a motion on the table right now to elect Scott Starkey chair.
And now are we having a discussion?
We've had discussion, but I'm allowing for more discussion if there's something relevant that could affect the motion. Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm concerned because we still have 2 members that are not on. We have only 10 instead of 12. And in a few weeks, we'll have 2 more. And personally, I would like to see us postpone this until our regular meeting on March 8th, when all of those people could be on the deal.
And my personal feeling about that is that people need to be prepared to vote at a meeting, and that there's always vacancies on boards and panels and that sort of thing. And what you're saying makes a lot of sense. However, we might be in the same boat that we were last time with somebody not voting because they don't know the people well enough. So that's always a dilemma. So my sense is that we need to follow up on the motion that was present. But I can't, I can't require that. That's up to the voting members to decide. So what do the rest of you say?
Go ahead.
So hearing nobody else object to that, then we will go ahead with the motion. And we've had basically 2 votes that were already cast when the discussion was started last time. And I think because there's a difference now in terms of the total number of people that are present to vote compared to last time, that affects the number that you require for a consensus, that it would be important for Scott and for Lindsay to confirm that their votes last time were a yes. Are you guys on board with that?
Are we still
Yes.
in this discussion, or are we voting?
We're voting. I'm asking them, then we will actually go through the vote.
Well, I'd like to still have a discussion. I would like to table this motion until March 8th.
What do the rest of you say?
No.
No, we've worked hard, Carl, to get to this point. I don't think we should start over again.
So
I would.
Need to tap this to get. There, okay, so I'm all right.
So not hearing a second to that motion.
I second it. Oh no, wait a minute. I want to vote.
Yes, okay. So not hearing a second to the motion to table the topic again, then we will move forward with the vote. Okay, so I want to confirm that Lindsay and Scott's votes were a yes. Do you guys agree,
Yes.
Lindsay and Scott?
Yes.
Okay. And you're going to record these votes now, Mark, correct? And so could you continue with the roll call vote? And so a yes means you're in favor of Scott being the chair. A no means that you're opposed to him being the chair. So if you'll continue with the roll call vote, then please, Mark.
Sure. So I've recorded a yes for Scott Starkey. I want to confirm with Lindsay. Lindsay, your vote, do you vote in favor of Scott Starkey for chair of the OHRC board?
Yes.
Thank you. We've got your vote recorded as yes. Tom Alkir,
No,
Jack Smith is not with us today. Ted Simon,
Yes.
Steve Jacobs,
No.
Travis Mackey,
No,
Dwight Collins,
no,
Derek Wall,
Yes.
and Chuck Pavlik.
Yes.
Should I,
And so the total yeses are how many, Mark?
see 5 yeses?
And we have 4 noes.
Correct.
And everybody has voted that's present. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. In that case, then that the motion carries and Chuck is our new chair.
Scott.
I mean,
is our-
Scott is our new chair. Sorry, Chuck. Scott is our new chair. And so I guess the last thing that I would like to say is that at the next meeting, we have to also elect a vice chair, and that's where Chuck's name comes in. So please be prepared at the next meeting to, volunteer for the position and also to nominate and vote for a vice chair, because it's, as we've learned now, it's really important to have a vice chair on board. So with that, I guess I'll turn this meeting over to you, Scott. Congratulations and condolences.
Thank you. And after for the next meeting too, before the meeting, Mark will be sending out the legislative report. So it'd be nice for everybody to review that. So when we get to the meeting, we just have to approve that before we move on. And that's about all for now. I move to adjourn unless they're hearing no objections. If there are no objections, motion to adjourn is adopted. Thank you.